Alright guys, today I'm gonna show you my Lina Cooper makeup, and while I'm doing that, I will be ranking my top 30 of my favorite Taylor Swift songs, which was literally impossible. I sat here for about an hour trying to narrow it down to the top 30, and it was really hard, okay? I won't be ranking it 1 to 30, but I have picked out my favorite tracks from her whole discography and narrowed it down to a perfect playlist of 30 songs, in my opinion. I think I might get trashed for the songs that I have picked. We'll go album by album. What we're gonna start with is Taylor Swift debut and primer. I literally just have a bunch of random primers in my makeup bag. This is what I'll be using. I actually haven't picked any songs from debut. I'm so sorry. I know that some people really love this album, but for me, I became a Taylor Swift fan since Fearless, so I kind of missed the momentum on that album, and then going back, I love listening to it here and there, but none of the songs made it to the top 30. So Fearless. And while I'm doing the Fearless thing, I'm also putting on some foundation and concealer. Alright, this is the foundation that I'm using. I also, like, I've been using it for so long because I usually don't use foundation on my, everyday endeavors. So I've literally have been using it for so long. The front is just gone.
She wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. She's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers.
Anywho, the songs that I have picked out from Fearless are Forever and Always, which was literally my anthem in 9th grade whenever my high school boyfriend broke up with me, because actually I still to this day don't really know why he broke up with me. But I remember my parents picking me up from school, and I was just sitting in the backseat and listening to the song like, I thought we were forever and always. And the second song is Mr. Perfectly Fine. I don't know who let the song stay in the vault.
Mr. Always at the right place at the right time, baby.
Anyway, we're doing concealer. I'm obviously putting it on the bags under my eyes, which could not be covered up by any amount of concealer, and on some like random spots around my face. Yep. FYI, this is my stage makeup. I don't go around looking like this every day, unfortunately. I like to let my skin breathe, but whenever I'm doing photo shoots, whenever I'm performing music videos, you know the whole drill, this is the makeup that I put on. Speak now. Now the next thing we're gonna do is the brows. I already had a little bit of product before, but I'll show you what I do because I was going out of the house and I like my brows done a little bit. So what I actually use is I use eyeshadow. I use eyeshadow and like a brush like this to just put on some eyeshadow on my eyebrows. It's like light blonde because I'm blonde. Duh. Alright, for this album, I also have 2 songs that I have picked out, and you guys are gonna hate me. Well, first of all, of course I picked Enchanted. I'm sorry, but this song is a masterpiece. I remember having little crushes in school and just listening to the song the moment any guy that I like looks at me. And then 2, Better Than Revenge. I'm sorry, but that's a freaking bop of a song. Like, the feminism leaves my body, and I don't care. I literally just hate the other girl for the 3 minutes that I'm listening to the song. This is what I'm using for my brows.
Think about what you did.
Now we're off to red. Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply some eye primer. This is what I'm using. And for red, it was super hard to narrow it down to 2 songs. I think I might make some people mad here as well, but obviously, all too well, 10-minute version. I was in middle school whenever it came out, and I remember listening to that song and it being my favorite song, you know, even though it wasn't a single. I'm sure that was the case for a lot of people out there. But my second favorite is an iconic moment. We Are Never Getting Back Together. It's an iconic song.
We're never, ever, ever, ever getting back together.
Alright, so the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna apply some eyeshadow. Okay, the thing that I'm using is actually Halsey's makeup line, About Face. I freaking love those things. I wish I could buy all the shadows. I wish I could have all the, also, I don't know if you probably don't know, obviously, but if you've never met me before, I wear yellow. Obviously, I wear yellow to all of my videos, my photos, my shows, not in an everyday life, but to all of my artistic projects. And I wish I could buy like 3 of each of every yellow shade of this freaking line. I love it so much. All right, we're on to 1989. God, this album. No one can tell me that this song is not one of the best songs ever written.
Nice to meet you, where you been? Look at that face, you look like my next mistake. Screaming, crying, perfect storms.
So after I do this, I do like to go over with a little bit of some other eyeshadow on top, just to make it a little bit smoother. The next song that I'm putting in is Style. Style, that guitar, those vocals, the melody, the lyrics, God. The eyeshadow that I'm using is this little thing. This is what it looks like now. I'm literally almost done with like all of it. But the next thing I do is I try my best to draw my eyeliner. Then the next song is from The Vault. I could not stop listening to that song whenever it came out. Literally, like, over the whole album, I was like, what is this doing in The Vault?
Your hair long, you got new icons. Now that we don't talk, the time it's just ended.
The eyeliner, I'm trying to do it really dramatically because I'm performing, I'm taking pictures, like it needs to be out there, it needs to make my eyes pop the hell out of my head. And 2, this song, I'm genius. I want to scream it at the top of my lungs.
Now that we don't talk.
Anywho, now we are at my favorite album. Yep, my favorite album, Reputation.
Big reputation, big reputation.
Reputation has been there for me when I was going through a divorce, guys. That's a whole other story that I can elaborate on in a different video. But I was going through a divorce when this album came out. Do you even know what it's like to listen to I Did Something Bad or Look What You Made Me Do on your way to court to get divorced? You don't. It's an unexplainable, incomparable feeling. Anyway, this is the mascara that I'm using. Love it, by the way. Oh, British came out, but God, this album, I remember it literally saved me. I remember listening to Getaway Car when I was running away from my relationship. Literally, like, packed my bag with 2 of my roommates and, like, left the city for a weekend just to get away from my life. And I remember listening to Getaway Car as we were literally getting away from where I lived in a taxi cab and just feeling so free and so like life was a movie. For this album, incredibly hard, but I only picked 4 songs. Originally it was going to be 6. We have Look What You Made Me Do, which is a song that I cover a lot whenever I perform, actually, and we do like a rock metal cover with a breakdown. It sounds so good. Number 2, I Did Something Bad. There was actually a very embarrassing moment that happened to me the other month. Basically, I was listening to Reputation in the shower, and guys, I was performing. I was giving Gillette Stadium sold out night. You know, Taylor Swift performing I Did Something Bad. you know, with pyro, with the dance, with everything. And, you know, I was like, I did something bad. And the thing was that I was looking in the mirror, that is in the shower. I was imagining I was on stage in the music video, you know, and for like half the song, I was giving my best performance, and then I turned around and I saw that my boyfriend was watching me the whole time. He loves me. He's like, I love how quirky and funny and crazy you are, but that was hilarious. So there's that. Right, the next thing we're doing here is, I don't even freaking know what it's called, but okay. Inner Eye Brightener from NYX. I don't even know if you can see it. Next song is Delicate. Delicate was my falling in love song for as long as I know. Every time I would fall in love with a boy, this is the song that I would listen to. No exceptions. Right, honestly, this was not my best work, so don't judge me, please. Also, what I do like to do is I like to put glitter underneath my bottom eyelid, and I have 3 different colors that I'm using. They're all Urban Decay. Today, I'm thinking something mild, so I'm using the Moon Dust one, but usually I like to make my eyes pop, but today I want this. And my last pick for Reputation is Getaway Car. I mean, how could you not? Yeah, I think it's looking kind of cute, right? I can't see, so. All right, we're on to Lover.
When you hydrate with Liquid IV, you're powered by nutrients. Experience.
What does it mean to be rich? Is it happy? Where you go?
Anyway, while we're applying the bronzer, which is Tarte, yep. Lover, I had to pick 3. I know a lot of people didn't like this album. I actually loved it whenever it came out. And obviously, I mean, Cruel Summer, duh. I also cover Cruel Summer a lot at my shows, and it's so fun. It's so fun to sing the song. I love it so much. I remember when it came out, I was so upset whenever it didn't become a single, didn't get a music video. I still to this day wish there was a music video, but you know, it's fine. The next one is Cornelia Street. I just think Taylor in this high register sounds amazing. She is such a great vocalist, actually. And her songs are not that easy to sing, you know. I know that she got, at some points in her life, she got a lot of backlash for singing, but she really, really, really upped her vocal game. Also, what I'm doing is I'm just, like, applying everything first, and then I blend it in. And then finally, Death by a Thousand Cuts, guys. That bridge, I'm speechless. All right, now we're on to Folklore.
Brand new phone, high heels on.
All right, so what I'm using for my blush is this ColourPop Sailor Moon collection. Actually, a friend of mine left this blush at my house like a year ago, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna use it. And for Folklore, the one is the song that makes me cry a lot. Another song that makes me cry a lot is This Is Me Trying. I could personally relate to it, not with addiction, but with just, you know, depression and anxiety. I could really relate to the song, and I also used to cry a lot to this song. Finally, August. Duh. Evermore.
Such a lovely bride. What a shame she's fucked in the head, they said.
I also had to narrow it down to 3 songs. It was really hard cutting out Cowboy Like Me. That was one of my favorite songs ever, but it had to go. First of all, I'm using this highlighter. My top 3 from Evermore is Willow, Gold Rush, and Ivy. Evermore came out during one of my kind of like rough-ish breakups. And should I even say that that was like a perfect album to come out at that time?
Ivy grows, and now
All right, Midnight.
maybe at midnight.
Anti-Hero. Anti-Hero was one of the best single choices that she's ever made. It's an incredible song, and it's a banger. Anti-Hero was like, I think my most listened to song of 2023. I love that song. I also cover it a lot on my shows. I cover a lot of Taylor songs, damn. but I freaking love that song. It's so catchy, such a hit, and such amazing songwriting. Also, this is the powder that I'm using. Then it's Bejeweled. That song just makes me feel good. That song makes me feel good about myself. The band line, God.
And when I meet the band, they ask, do you have a man? I can still say I don't remember.
And then finally, It's Different. It was a crime putting it on streaming platforms so many months after. Was it like a year after? I don't even remember, but I just remember loving that song and then it not being on streaming platforms. Okay? And now finally, we are at the Tortured Poets department, and the only thing that we're missing from my face is my lips. I know some people had their opinions about this album. I freaking loved it. I loved this album. Truly, sincerely, it was, to me, that was a work of art. Makeup girlies, please don't judge me, but what I'm using for as my lip pencil is actually an eye pencil. I have 5 songs from the Tortured Poets department on my list. It's probably because it's the newest album and I'm still so in love with these songs, but God, they're just so good. The first one is Down Bad.
Staring at the sky, come back and pick me up. Forget if I can't have us. I might just not get up.
Right, the next one is Guilty as Sin. Oh Lord. I don't even want to comment on this song. It's just iconic. And another thing, okay, so I'm a musician and I will shamelessly promote my music in my YouTube videos, I'm sorry. At the end of this video, so a month before the Tortured Poets came out, I dropped a song that's called Maddie Healy. It was about a sex dream that I had about Maddie Healy, and I told him, no, I have a boyfriend and I'm in love, even though it was in my dream. I woke up and I turned around and told my boyfriend that this happened, and I was like, do you realize how much I love you? Saying no to a celebrity that I think is kind of hot in my dream. You're welcome. And then I hear Guilty as Sin, where Taylor Swift has pretty much the same thoughts as me, but she says yes. Yes. Yes.
Touching his skin, how can I be guilty as sin?
Another song that makes me go crazy is Fresh Out the Slammer. Those high vocals on the Fresh Out the Slammer, and the change tempo at the end, God.
For just one glimpse of his heart.
I'm using for my lip gloss is this. Sephora. Now the next one is like my favorite ever gym song to run to.
I'm a real tough kid, I can handle my shit. They said, baby, gotta fake it till you make it, and I did.
Incredible. That's all I have to say. And for the final step, I just put on some setting mist. Beep. How do they do it? Like, I hate it. I hate whenever people do this. I'm sorry, but it sounds horrible. And now the last song I've put on this list is gonna surprise everyone, but it's I Look in People's Windows. The melody of the song and the lyrics, they just do something else to my brain. They scratch the itch that needed to be scratched for a very long time, okay? Now, this was my top 30 of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. You let me know your favorite. You can do top 30, top 20, top 10. And I'm gonna shamelessly put in my Maddie Healy song right here.
Last night I had a dream. Maddie Healy was trying to sleep with me. He was shirtlessly serenading me. I was almost gonna do it, but I didn't see.
Out on all streaming platforms. Love you guys. Let me know what video I should make next. If you have any questions for me, any requests, just let me know. Also, obviously, this is the makeup.